Alex is going to lead off. Alex, you have 30 seconds for your open.
Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well. Hello, hello, perfect. So we're talking about ransomware and what we're going to do with it. Are we supposed to pay? Are we not supposed to pay? What I think we're going to hear is we live in a place where the sky is blue. We all live in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, and everybody's your friend. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We live in an imperfect world, and we have to make some tough decisions sometimes. And with those tough decisions come uncomfortable answers. And sometimes those answers are the ones that we don't need to make or don't want to make, but we end up having to make them. So think about this. When your baby's been kidnapped, all of a sudden those windows go out, those decisions and those positions go out the window, and you have to make some tough decisions, and sometimes the answer is you pay.
Outstanding. I don't know what you said, but I don't know how ransomware works. 30 seconds.
In 2022, of those organizations that were attacked by ransomware, who paid the ransom, 80% were re-attacked within 30 days. Of those that were attacked within those 30 days, 40% had to pay the ransom again. A healthcare CISO once told me he would rather pay the ransom demand than to pay to defend the attack in the first place. Paying the ransom should only be a last resort. It should not be a mitigation strategy, and it should not be a backup and recovery plan.
Okay, all right, that's your 30 seconds. I always put periods where they want to put commas, but that's okay. I'll never gong you. You got 30 seconds in rebuttal.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alex.
I love that. It's nice, and it's cute. It is. But the fact of the matter is, the position of we don't negotiate with terrorists. We all grew up here, and we're like, oh yeah, man, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I ain't gonna do that. But the fact of the matter is we have, and we need to sometimes to make sure that the things that we care about are protected. And sometimes when your baby is in danger, you make some decisions. That's the truth.
All right. This is what Fight Club is all about. 30 seconds.
I'm a United States Marine. I do not negotiate well with hostage takers. I do not negotiate well with threat actors. And in the cybersecurity realm, that is what we're up against. If there's a fight to be had, I'll meet them at the gate.
You got 30 seconds.
And we appreciate your service. But the fact of the matter is, I'll bleed on the stripes to make sure that they stay red. And here's the thing. Companies in our industry have evolved, and they will continue to evolve. The fact is, I can't prevent anybody from jumping on the hood of my car at a stoplight and claiming that they got hit. No less than somebody walking in a grocery store can say that they slipped and fell and hurt themselves. But the fact of the matter is, we need to make sure that we're actually prepared to start looking at things through a business context and making business decisions and informing our counterparts as they operate that business. Because sometimes the business is the baby.
All right. 30 seconds before we go to the reps for questions.
I understand, and that's the reason that I put last resort in there. If a CEO is getting ready to shut the doors and he's putting 250 of employees out of work, I certainly understand that. My argument is that should not be part of my plan, my mitigation plan. I want to put all the right controls in place, some of which are zero trust. I want to put all the right controls in place so if there's a fight to be had, I'm ready to go. I'm not caught flat-footed, and I'm ready in a fighting stance, ready to go.
All right. So, no, we got a ref question coming. Have a seat. You'll be able to respond. Don't worry. It's all good. Hold on. I just got to say this. What are the odds that the guy I have asking the first ransomware question, who is a CIO really, who has a CISO working for him, got a ransomware attack in the first week he joined the firm? Go ahead.
I refuse to validate that comment.
Oh, it's not public. Sorry.
And first of all, you're in the military, so I know you don't have flat feet. And you really brought up babies? I'm just saying. So my question is, I have been through this. I've lived through it. Every one of those decisions. If this happened to your
Unverified.
excuse me, unverified though. There's a rumor. If it happened to you, what would you do if it was your company right now?
Who wants? You're going to go first. No, you're going to go first so that he can respond to your Marine comments. Okay.
Sure. If that were
Right now.
I will tell you that I have done everything on the incident command side of the house. That setting up that company. I've got things like cyber insurance in place. I've got cyber legal in place. I've got crisis response in place. I'm starting from boom, the incident, and I'm working backwards towards those controls. So I would be ready today.
Okay, you'd be ready today. You got 15 seconds as well, and then you get a rebut.
I think the question that you need to be asking is, who are you dealing with? Is it amateur hour and script kiddies? Are these professionals that do this for a living? Or are these people the Joker and they want to watch the world burn? I think once you answer that question, you can understand what you need to do next and how you address the situation and what's at risk.
All right. You have 15 seconds to rebut, and then we get him to rebut, and we move on.
I absolutely agree that I need that information ASAP, and if I'm going into an incident response, I'm having my DFIR team get to that patient zero as quickly as possible so that I can make a decision on who hit me, and I know what their reputation is on the dark web, and I can ascertain where they came from and what they typically do with the money if it's paid. I want some intelligence up front, so that's what I'm going to do initially.
Okay. Alex, you got the last 15 seconds on this question.
I think that's important, it is. And I also think you need to understand what's at risk. So knowing your reputation is certainly one thing, and then understanding what happens after that, right? You talk about the 80-20 rule and then getting hit again. But the fact of the matter is there's a million stories where people do pay the ransom and life went on. And I think that's important to remember.
All right, jump ball, and everybody else besides Jerry, who wants, oh, Mr. Bell, what's going on? Bring it.
So he's bringing up the fact that he wants to meet him at the gate, but the problem is that they're already inside the wire. So your fancy language of all the incident response is great, but it's already too late. So what do you tell the CEO when you're arguing that your controls are in place?
One more time.
What do you tell the CEO when you say your controls are in place, but you're still facing
Hold on.
ransomware?
You got to go first last time. You go first on this one. What do you tell the CEO?
We need to ask the CEO or tell the CEO what's at risk. That's our job. We are risk mitigators. And sometimes we do it effectively, and sometimes, unfortunately, there's enough bad guys out there that are going to get the job done. Understanding what's at risk and then having an informed business decision on what's at risk is ultimately going to be what it comes down to.
Dave.
I understand that question. I understand the possibility that something's still going to happen even after I've lined up all the controls and all my ducks are in a row. What I would say to that is even after that fact, I want to make sure that there's a plan and he understands that plan. He knows where to go. He knows he knows how to inform the board. He's got secondary protocols in place, and we're all set for a plan after the fact that a boom came in.
All right. 15 seconds, and then he'll finish it, and then we'll vote.
I mean, I heard a lot of plans in there. But at the end of the day, we need to take action, right? And ultimately, we can have contingency plans in place, but at the end of the day, we need to make a decision. Are we going to do this, or we're not going to do this? Are we being extorted, or are we not being extorted? What data is at risk? Having a backup plan and business continuity plans and IR in place is obviously most certainly something that we all need to practice on a regular basis. But at the end of the day, understanding the dollars and cents, the brand reputation, and the life and death of that company, which is the baby, is what we need to consider.
Okay. You got the last word. You got 15 seconds.
I still think there are no trustworthy criminal entities. I'm not going to get my keys back. I have to assume that that organization is going to take my money and run, even if I do pay it. So I need to have a plan. I need to be ready. I need to be on my feet, and I need to be ready to go and answer that 4 a.m. phone call and go to work.
All right. Let me say before we vote that this was, in all, I guess there's been about 100 plus fights over the years in Fight Club plus. And this one is the most exemplary of how hard it is to get on here and fight. You guys really should give them credit. So let's see who get these little bad boys, okay? All right. Cheer number one. Who thinks Alex Sharon should be the winner of this fight? Who thinks this bad boy should be the winner of this fight? And it was close, but quantitatively, it goes to Mr. Trader, the winner. Congratulations.